Okay, I am going to walk you guys through how to make some edits to this Excel template. This is the template that I spoke about in the email that I really would like to try to transition to. The basic layout is the same. Instead of having individual sheets for each week, Janelle simply combined hers into one sheet, and I think it actually looks better. It's easier to get a glimpse of the whole month. It's easier for you guys to keep up with your dates and what's next. And it's very simple for me to figure out how to pay you. So the overall location of the columns are the same. So date, location, who you saw, what you did, time in, time out. And I want you guys to make sure you're separating your billables and your non-billables. And then you have a spot here to put any reimbursement materials that you might want me to remember. And you can put your mileage here as well, although they still have to go on that separate sheet with your odometer readings for tax purposes. Janelle added another column here of just notes, and she writes notes. I'll show you some of her examples here. So she wrote, oh, I did the intake this day, or what I did. I did a relaxation bottle, or I sent so-and-so an email or whatever. So she just made some notes about what she did specifically during that time. Here's some other examples. And so it's just a nice way of you to elaborate without it being anything specific. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys is how to create this entire sheet as it is. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to label this page template. And I see that this needs to be changed. Let me fix that. So what you're looking at here is, for the most part, a blank template so that you can start tomorrow, week of October 22nd. And so you can start this tomorrow and add to it. Now, what happens when you get to the end of the month and you need another sheet? And that's what I'm going to show you first. How do I create this entirely new sheet? So down here at the bottom, you see where Janelle has August, September, and October. And there's a little plus sign. If you will click the plus sign, it's going to create a blank page. So now I need to take this information and put it on that page. So we want to select the whole page. The easiest way, or the way that I do this, is using the keyboard. So I'm going to hit the key on a Mac. It's going to be Command A. On a PC, it should say Control A. So Command A or Control A selects the entire sheet. You might want to hit it twice just to make sure that it's the entire page. And then you're going to copy. So you can hit Command C, or you can go to Edit and you can hit Copy, whatever you're comfortable with. You're going to go back into that sheet that you created, which will just be a generic name, sheet 1, 2, 3, whatever. Make sure you are in this location, and you're going to paste that. So you can hit Command V for paste, or just hit paste. And now that information's in there. I want you to come back down here where it says Sheet 2, and I want you to double click. It's going to highlight Sheet 2 in blue, and when it's in blue, it means you can type. So we're going to type this November 2015, because that's when you're going to get paid for the work starting tomorrow. So now what's in here is for November. And so let's do some basic information. Who is this for? Many of you are not writing your names on your timesheet, so when they get printed out, they get mixed up. Old school teacher right here. Put your name on your paper. So just write your name here. These are the billing dates. You can put your supervisor if you want to, and the date that you turned in your timesheet. So now looking at this, other than that, everything else is going to be the same, except for one important factor, and that is adding rows. Many of you are going to have more than 6 or 7 entries for a week. Some of you may have 20. So you need to add some rows. So the easiest way to do that is to come right here, anywhere in this row. Don't go to the last row. Go to the row just above it. Okay? Well, I take that back. Either row will be fine. Don't go below the color. That's the most important. Don't go above the top line, and do not go below the color. Stay somewhere in here. in this colored range right here. So click on any column. That column, this column, doesn't matter. Click a column. And now we're going to insert a row. Okay, so this is where Mac and PC differ. On a PC, somewhere in here, it says insert. There's a tab, I think. You see the word insert here, and there's also an insert here. So take a moment on your Excel and find the word insert, and it should be a large tab or in the menu bar. So what do we want to insert? Well, we want to insert a row. So go to insert row and automatically insert a row. And you can do this right here very easily by just clicking this button again. Insert row, insert row, insert row. Now you notice these are blank here and they're blank here, but the information in the drop-down menus are still there. So if I click here and I see this little drop-down menu, you see several choices. If I click in here, even though it's blank, those drop-down menus are still there. They just don't say choose an item. But the information is still there. By adding rows between existing rows like this, like we did, it keeps your formulas the same. So you don't have to worry about changing your formulas, okay? Which is good. The formulas are really the main reason why Excel is superior over anything else, is that it adds everything up for you. So now that you've got your items in here, you can simply enter. No problems. If you, let's say you only have 2 or 3 things in a week because you're out or you're sick, go ahead and delete the other rows. You just select them, and you can go back to edit and hit delete. And it may ask you, like, do you want to delete a row or a cell, but it should just delete the whole thing. So I only want rows that are containing information. If it's blank and you didn't do anything, just delete the row, get rid of the whole thing so that it's not messy looking. Okay, the other thing I want to show you guys, and this may be more than some of you care to get into, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Excel has this little feature, and you can notice with the cursor, it goes from white to a hand to a little black cross. The black cross allows you to copy things very quickly. So you can see in row 19 it says choose an item, but the 4 rows under that are blank. While that cursor is black, and it only gets black if you go to the very corner of the cell, if I click on that and at the same time drag down, it's going to copy everything in that cell down. So I can do it here too. I go to the center, I mean to the side, it turns black. If it's white, it's not going to do it. It's got to be black, and you pull it down, and it'll drag everything down with it. So let's just say I went to Clinton, and I, was talking to Miss Davis, and I was, other at a school. So I may even write, and I'm going to add the word school to this drop down, but I may write Clinton Davis. Let's say I did that, and these are all different things. I observed, I did a direct, I did indirect, I talked to a kid, etc. I can take that and drag that down too, and I don't have to retype that. So that's just pretty cool to think about. Anytime you want to repeat something in Excel, if it turns black, you can drag it down. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is the formulas. What happens if you accidentally delete your formula, and how do you put it back? I'm going to show you some simple tricks for formulas. There is a tab here that says formula, and then there's the summation sign from your algebra days that give you the basic sums. And the only thing we usually do is just add. You don't have to worry about anything else. So we're just adding something up. You can type in a formula. You can let it do it for you. There's a lot of choices. But right here, non-billables and billables, I want to know what that total is for the week. So I'm going to click in this blank box, and I'm going to write a formula. And so I'm going to go here to my summation, and I'm going to click sum. And then it's going to put some things in highlight. It's suggesting what it thinks it wants me to sum. And it's correct in this situation. I want it to sum that and that. And so I can click them and highlight them and hit enter. So watch. I want everybody to watch this column right here. As I add things in here, it totals my billables, my non-billables, and my weekly total. Okay? It's pretty cool. I know I'm a nerd. Okay, so that's it. Let's say you accidentally delete this one and you're like, oh no. Well, if I make this a black square and I drag it over, my formula is automatically back. If I delete one and I forget that, I can go in here to sum, and it's asking me what do I sum. You see all this is highlighted? We don't want it to add up all that because that's words and dates and times. I just want you to add that. So while it is flashing and highlighting, I simply drag over the boxes. It will highlight it. If it's not correct, I can do it again, and I can do it again and again. When I've got it like I want it, I'm just going to hit enter. And when I hit enter, you can check it right here where I'm circling to see that it's right. Am I adding rows 27 through 35? Well, let's check. Row 27 through row 35. Correct. All this says is that this square equals the sum of G7 to G35. So it adds that up. You could go old school and just hit equal. And you can click on that. You can hit a plus sign. You can click on that and hit enter. And it'll do the same thing. That's all it's doing is summing this plus this plus this plus this. The only thing about a formula, you have to make sure you put equal, and that's it. Very simple. If you mess up your formulas, just call me. I'm happy to fix it for you. I don't have a problem with that at all. You just save what you have, email it to me. I'll fix the formula and send it right back to you. What's in here, as long as you don't erase them, they'll be fine. You'll never have to worry about it. It'll just do it. You see here, that's the sum for the gray. That's the sum for the gray. This is the sum for the orange, the gray, the green, and the dark gray. This is the sum of non-billables for the orange, the gray, the green, and the dark gray. And this is the sum for the whole month. That is what I will pay you. Notice Janelle's. 54.25 hours for the month. She had 8 hours the first week, 9 hours the second week, 12 hours the third week, 14, 7, and there it is. It added it all up for you. Okay? Notice on this one, there's a 5th week. It's blue. We don't have blue here. I will try to make a couple of months out, but it's the same thing, right? We're just gonna, we will take this and copy it. We will paste it, and we will go from there. On those months, I'll be glad to help you guys out. I don't want this to stress you out or cause you more work. What I want you to remember, come right here, click Insert Row, or wherever you need to, click Insert Row, Insert Row. When you're done for the month and you don't need a row, highlight the whole row, come up here, and delete the row. And that's all you need to do, okay? Always keep maybe the bottom one blank like that so that you can use it to add a row above it. And then, you can leave it like that, or at the end of the month, you can come in here and delete it when you're all finished adding for the week. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this as a template, timesheet template right up here. And I will have October, November, maybe even December, and then one that just says template that you can always use to just copy and paste it into a new window, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully I want you guys to try to start using this tomorrow with the new pay period and try to put it all on here for me, okay? Bye.